Hey, what's up, folks? Now I wanted to show you a quick demonstration on how to do the 4 elements of emotional resolution. This is a breathwork and meditational practice that I've been developing and applying. It's extremely powerful and it's really simple to do. The results are immediate, but for those to be internalized and long term, you need to do it as a practice. So I'm gonna go straight to the point with the practice, how to do it, and the steps. On another video below the comments, I'm gonna share some other resources to tell you a little bit what's actually going on behind the scenes, which parts of the body are being activated and what's actually happening, so you understand why this is so powerful. But in a cognitive level, to a physiological level, to the limbic system, how you reprogram it, and how you retrain your nervous system. This is pretty cool. So I hope you give it a chance. And also I'm gonna leave some scientific research that just supports this whole thing. Okay? So the whole objective of this practice is transforming low quality emotions into higher states of emotional power, basically. So we're gonna focus on 3 emotions for both sides. So on the lower spectrum, we are gonna take and transform shame, fear, and guilt, which are the most destructive emotions that we can experience in our human life. On the other side, we're gonna focus on courage, love, and gratitude, the most powerful emotions we can experience in the human life. The most interesting and crazy thing about those emotions is that they work as gates. They are responsible for creating the rest of emotions that we can experience. So, shame, fear, and guilt are responsible for distorting our sense of identity, shaping negative thought patterns, negative behavior, habits, and a lot of bad things. They are also the gates that allow other shitty emotions such as envy, despair, apathy, hopelessness, all of that crap. While on the other hand, courage, love, and gratitude are the gates that allow us to receive joy, acceptance, serenity, and many more good things. This is also inspiring the work of David Hawkins, a psychiatrist that wanted to build a bridge between science and spirituality and dedicated his whole life on the study of consciousness. Okay, we're gonna divide this in 2 parts. The first thing I want you to get is the breathing technique that we are gonna use, where everything builds on top. This is called the Sama Vritti Pranayama. It's a technique developed in ancient India. The Hindus basically use for yoga and for meditation practices in order to unlock higher states of being. In modern times, this technique, renamed as the 4 square breathing technique, has been adopted by the US Navy SEALs, basically special forces in the military, high stakes negotiators, people that are doing negotiations with terrorists and kidnappers and intense stuff. So if it works for them to be centered, neutral, and in control of their emotions, in order to, this is what snipers use to have perfect accuracy and perfect reflection skills. So if it works for them, pretty sure it's gonna work for us, okay? Okay, first thing, the breathing method. So this is 4 steps. First step, we're gonna take a really deep and long and slow breathing. We want to capture as much air as we can, focusing all of our attention and awareness in our lungs filling up and our belly filling up and our chest expanding. When we cannot take more air, we stop and we hold it. We're gonna capture the air and we're gonna keep it for as long as you can, or for 3-4 seconds. This has to adapt on your own personal thing. So there's no grounded rules like stone. Okay. Third step, you're gonna slowly release all of the air through the nose. You're gonna do it slow and you're gonna relax the whole body. So when you were capturing the air, you fill up and you inflate the chest, and when you're throwing it, releasing, you relax the body. You do it very slow as well. The fourth step is when the lungs are empty, you hold the emptiness of the lungs. You don't get more air for 3-4 seconds, something. And then you repeat. So let's do it a couple of times just to practice. Do it following my rhythm so you get the idea, and then you find your own rhythm. Okay? So you can do this in many positions. You can do this sitting down, you can do this laying down, you can do this even on movement, but I recommend you to start sitting down. And before doing the meditation, I recommend you to always set an intention, because the whole objective of this practice is that this brings you to a complete state of neutrality. So depending on the intention that you set on for the meditation practice is the result that you're gonna get. So for example, you're gonna have an interview or a meeting or something that stresses you up. You feel anxious, you feel a bit scared or unsure. So you're gonna set an intention to clear the mind in order to have all of the energy and cognitive capacity to do your best in your interview. Maybe you were studying a lot, you want to empty the head in order to change task and work with a client. Maybe you want to slow down and you want to sleep. Maybe you are unable to sleep. So set an intention before starting. Okay? Alright. So sitting, you put your palms in your knees and then take a deep, slow breath. Hold the air. Slowly release it. Hold the empty lungs. Breathe in. Hold the air. Release. Hold the empty lungs. And then we repeat over and over. Okay, so that's the basic breathing technique. Sama Vritti Pranayama, 4 square breathing technique. Okay, the second method, we are gonna focus all of our being in transforming the emotion states of the body. So when you are doing the breathing, before jumping to the next step, I want you to imagine your legs as waterfalls that are dragging down. They're going down to the floor. Or you can imagine your feet as roots, branches of a tree that are going deep down into the earth and are connecting you to the core of the planet. Okay? So when you're doing that and you feel connected, you're breathing, what I want you to do is a set of visualization and an internal statement. You don't have to say anything out loud, you just think it in your head. So what you do while you are breathing in, remember you have to do very slowly and capture as much air as possible. Visually, I want you to imagine that you are like a battery and you are filling yourself up with light or energy that is green in color, that goes from the toes, from the base of your feet up all the way to your head as you are breathing in. That's why you need to imagine the whole thing slowly, because you're capturing energy from the core of the planet. Okay? So you fill up with all of this green light as a battery that was empty and is now filled. While trying to capture that intention in your head, in your mind, you will say the following statement in your inner voice. I accept courage, love, and gratitude. After making this statement, you hold the air. Now, when you start to release the air, I want you to change the visual picture, and now you are a battery that is completely filled up with red light or energy. And when you are slowly releasing the air, all of that energy is going from the tip of your head and draining until it reaches your toes, the base of your feet. At the same time, the internal statement that you do or you say is, I let go of all fear, guilt, and shame. That's it. You just repeat it a couple of times. I practiced and experimented with this whole thing for 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, even to a whole hour. You're going to experiment. If you do this with an open mind and you do it follow it to a T, you're going to experience a lot of really cool things. So I will explain that in more detail down the comments. But basically what you're doing is you are retraining the limbic system, which is the emotional brain, the reptilian brain, the primitive part of the brain that is based on survival. You are retraining the amygdala, which is what captures all of the emotion as fear, all of the emotions that are based on survival, the states of fight and flight that is activated by the sympathetic nervous system, which connects the whole body with the amygdala responses of the limbic brain. You're gonna shut that down. And also you're gonna reset the whole nervous system, because the nervous system has been trained, it's been capturing a lot of things. What are emotions? Emotions are chemicals that are released by neurotransmitters and neuropeptides. Emotions are basically a very complex chain of hormones, enzymes, chains of amino acids, proteins, and a lot of things. All of those things get attached to the spinal cord, the main part of your central nervous system. The peripheral nervous system, which is the nervous system that is outside the central nervous system that connects all of the body, is also gonna reset. This is divided in the autonomous nervous system and the somatic nervous system. So you're gonna retrain your whole body to chill down, okay? Basically. So try that down and let me know how it goes. Also, I'm gonna show you and tell you the benefits that it has done for me in terms of cognition, health, focus, all of the things that it's been doing for me. All right, so try this. I hope this helps. Have a good one.